Good morning, students. How are you all? I hope fine. Sociology for class 11. We having two books. First books introducing sociology. Look at the books introducing sociology. And another book is understanding society. Understanding society. So for half yearly, we will follow our first book, that is introducing sociology. First of all, when you want to study sociology, first you have to remember one thing, that is society. Society is a laboratory for a sociologist or a social researcher. So our work is to study various types of social problems, social issues and social events also. So first of all, students, we have to know about what is the relationship between sociology and society. So if you want to know about sociology, so first you have to know about society. First, my dear students, please listen carefully. A society is a group of people. I hope you know that society is a group of people who share a common culture and occupy a territorial area and are bound to each other by a common history. Right? What do you think? You and your neighbors, your relatives, we are remaining or we are holding a same culture, we are performing a same culture, we are occupying a same territorial area. Right? Next, I can say that societies may be simple or may be complex. It is natural to human beings. We all are social beings, right? We cannot survive without society. What do you think? We can survive without society? No, because society is everything for us. It's our life. It's our backbone. So we human beings cannot attain our goals alone. We want society. We want a group. We want a community. So all these are part and portion of society. So the society provides us security, relationship, identity and sense of belongingness. Right? Next, you can say that society is mandatory not only for mere survival but also for good life. And another things I can also say that society is a continuous process. Okay, it's a continuous process. It's an ongoing process. It's going on. It's not a static, but it's a dynamic. So it is not imposed upon people. It goes on as a natural process. Social relations are the base of social structure. Society can be understood in its abstract as well as concrete form. The main characteristics of society are interdependence. Suppose you can see that each and every things is dependent on each other. Suppose market. When we are used to go to market, generally what we do? Interaction with one another or the exchange of goods. or the exchange of money, exchange of material things. That kind of things are happen in the market. But side by side, society is a point of cooperation and conflict also. Mutual awareness. Society gives us mutual awareness. Similarities. You can see the similarities between various peoples. But also you can see the differences also. Abstraction in terms of relationship and dynamism in nature. As I told you earlier, that society is a dynamic. It's not a static. Now, individual are the small elements of society. Society and individual are directly related to each other because society made up with individuals. Both are complementary. The individuals live in collective activities not due to compulsion but by necessity. Human beings and their societies are inseparable. Although we all individuals are complaint and rebellion, conventional as well as unorthodox, submissive and aggressive. That is, all short of contradictions and functions with opposites. So society is a things, it's a laboratory or it's a source of our matters or our subjects. Biological, ecological, psychological and social factors significantly influence all of us. So these influence cause variation in individuals and with all commonality in cultural factors. Each individual becomes unique with different physical and psychological attributes. So students, I hope now you are understanding that society is a part and portion of sociology because we are the empirical scientists. Our main aim is to collect the fact from the field. Of course, we will do the work with the help of secondary data, but the primary data or the field data is most important things for sociologist or as a social researcher. All human beings are social beings, right? We all belong to some culture. We have our own identities. We have our own cultural traits, our own values, norms, and our ideologies, which determines the individual's economic maintenance system for personality development. The society basically promotes a particular system to everybody in which individual develops different terms of relationship, right? So in this perspective, human society is different from animal society. Humans have their culture, their traits, their belongingness, their views, their values, their ideologies. Human beings have its own culture and a dynamic communication system, whereas the animal society has no culture and they have no dynamic form of speech. Right? Animal behavior is instructive, whereas we are social beings. Human society is dynamic and interdependent, having common goals and interact among one another, whereas animal society is static. So students, sociology is a scientific and comprehensive study of society. In a simple term, I can say that sociology is a scientific and comprehensive study of society. Now, one question you can ask to me That is where the origin of sociology. The very origin of word sociology comes from Latin word socius. Okay, socius means companion, and Greek word ology, study of. Ology means study of, to indicate its nature as a hybrid discipline. Some of the most famous sociologists you have to know also: Auguste Comte, a French philosopher and a great sociologist, first who coined the term sociology in 1838. Now think about that. French philosopher Auguste Comte coined the term sociology in 1838 and called it the science of human associations. So he already said that sociology is a science of human associations. He is known as the father of sociology. Sometimes students, you will face the questions like MCQs, that who is the founding father of sociology, or who coined the term first sociology. The answer is Auguste Comte. The contribution of Emile Durkheim, another important sociologist, like Herbert Spencer, like Max Weber, is significant to develop sociology as a separate discipline. And another things you can say that, or you have to know it, that sociology and its relations with other social sciences. Sociology is a scientific study, but due to its relationship with social life, it can neither be specifically defined nor its boundaries can be marked. The sociologist said that sociology is a web of social relationship. It studied everything and it linked with everything. It's a very broad, very wide subject. According to Bottomore, another famous sociologist, Bottomore, he said that sociology is a modern science, not a country old. Sociology is a new science. Side by side, Emile Durkheim said that sociology is a study of collective representation, human personality, cognitive development. Cognitive means thinking capabilities, conative, behavioral, and affective, that is feeling, constitute social facts. So social facts are constitute cognitive thinking, conative means behavioral thinking, and affective means feelings. All together makes social facts. These social facts are external dimension of human mind which controls human behavior to maintain the social network. According to Durkheim, all that which is a social fact contributes the subject matter of sociology. According to the sociologist, they said that sociology studies the interaction of human minds. They also said that sociology is a science to study collective behavior. It's a collective representation. Now we can analyze, or we can explain that there are some of the general conceptions of the subject of sociology. That is social structure. Number one, social structure. In this sense of patterns of relationship which have an independent existence over and above the individuals or groups that occupy positions in this structure at any particular time. For example, position of nuclear family may remain same from generation to generation. Collective representation. I said you that three conceptions of sociology. Number one, social structure. Number two, collective representation. Meaning of ways of cognitively organizing the world which have a continued existence over and above the individuals who are socialized to them. Cognitive thinking means we have a capability or the capacity to think about ourselves. That is cognitive development. And next one, meaningful social action. According to this view, there is no such thing as society, merely individuals or groups entering into social relationships with each other. So by and large, students, as a scientific discipline, sociology has certain characteristics. It's not a pure science. It's a science that is related to the heart of society. It is a social science, not a natural science, which studies social groups, social relations, social institutions, social problems, social events, social phenomena. It is a categorical science, not a normative science, because it deals with what is instead of who ought to be. Sociology is a pure science, not an applied science. It simply collects the knowledge about human society. So now students, you are thinking that, oh my god, it's a very complicated thing. But no, it's very easy, and we are the sociologists, we are the social scientists, we have to think about our society, our social problems. Every day, whatever we are doing or whatever already did someone, we will study about that. Sociology is a science of generalization and not specification. It's a broad things. It simply makes generalizations about human groups, social actions, societies and their structure. Sociology is both a rational and empirical science. It draws facts, classify them and derive their mutual relationships which are verified with empirical evidence with minimum error and maximum accuracy. Why minimum error and maximum accuracy? As I told you earlier, students, that sociology, we are studying our subjects with the help of empirical data, means field data. Secondary data is also important, but our favorable is empirical data. Sociology analyzes society, so it's focused on the emergence of society. It deals with major social units and their dynamics. Now we will discuss about sociology and its relationship with other social sciences. We have lots of other social sciences like political science, economics, history, psychology, anthropology, etc. So in our book, students, I am requesting to everyone, if you have the book, first read out the whole chapter from beginning to end. I hope through thorough reading you can able to understand what Miss want to say, that society and the sociology, how it's related to each other. If you want to study sociology, then first of all you have to know that what is society and what are the social institutions that are holding our society, social actions, social relations, social dynamics. Everything is a part and portion of sociology. So students, I am requesting to everyone, please read out the first chapter, whatever today we have discussed. Next class, we will discuss about anything more. That's all for today. Thank you.